Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From South Austin, Texas, and the Saxon Pub, welcome to Enough Rope with Hayes Carll. We've got some very special guests and some surprises for you this evening. My name is Kevin Connor, by the way. Welcome here to the Saxon Pub. We have Gordy Quist and Ed Jurdy of the band of Heathens, and they'll be talking and I think playing some songs from their new album, Duende, and we'll be talking about their tour they're going to do with Hayes in just a second. But please welcome right now the musician of the year here in our little town, Hayes Carll.
Thank you, thank you.
But wait, there's more. Album of the year, song of the year, folk performer of the year, male vocalist of the year, songwriter of the year, and album art, which somebody else did, of the year, for lovers and leavers. How about it, folks, for Hayes Carll?
Thank you.
And the thing is, you didn't even show up.
Well, I had I had some other shows and some obligations. I thought that was a pretty rock and roll move to not come to the.
And then to have Ray Wiley Hubbard accept on your behalf and do a hilarious job of promoting his new record.
Yeah.
Which was really great.
I didn't hear what happened, but I figured it was going to be something along those lines that Ray Wiley would. I figured he could fill in admirably.
By the way, we're coming from the Saxon Pub, 1320 South Lamar, voted in the Austin Music Awards Best Live Music Venue. Best Club Sound, because of that man, Richard, right back there. Best Music Venue to Play, voted by the musicians. And Best Ongoing Residency every Monday night, your pal Bob Schneider in Lonely Land. But wait, there's more. My radio station, Sun Radio, got Best Radio Station.
All right.
Personally, I got number 4 and number 5 in 2 categories. So obviously, somebody here has a lot of work to do in the next year. But congratulations to you, Hayes. That's really cool.
Well, thank you. It's I'm humbled and a little embarrassed. I've never, but I'm very proud. I remember in 2000 when I first moved to Austin the first time. And I was sleeping on my buddy's couch and selling vacuum cleaners door to door and waiting tables poorly at Red Lobster. And I never could have imagined that I'd be here right now with you telling me I won all those awards. So I'm very honored and grateful, and appreciate all y'all who voted for me, and to all the folks here in Austin that make it such an amazing music scene, and places like the Saxon Pub that allow us to do this every night. So, thank you.
I remember a couple of years ago being at the Ryman for the Americana Music Awards, and you got Emerging Artist of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what you said?
I think I thanked them. I said I told a story about the first time I was nominated for Emerging Artist of the Year, because this was the second or third time. I think I'd been emerging for a while.
I think the first time was 5 years before.
Yeah.
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 Hey, it takes a while. You know?
Yeah. I'm uncomfortable at award shows. The very first award show that I ever went to was the Houston Press Music Awards, and they told me in advance that I had won. I think I won Song of the Year or New Artist of the Year or something. But either way, I knew that I had won, and I was very excited. It was my first award show, it was my first record, first anything, and I had a few drinks and was talking with some friends at the award show at the back of the room, and I heard my name announced, and I thought coolly said, excuse me guys, I'll be right back. And I thought they had announced me as a winner, and so I marched up to the stage and walked up the steps towards the stage, and realized that whoever the presenter was still calling out names, and that's when it hit me that they was just naming the nominees, and this was.
Were you already out in the light? People could see you?
I think I was noticeable. I did a quick U-turn and just went into the bathroom. Like it was ridiculous. I went to the bathroom and sat there with a hand dryer until they said the winner. And so then when I won the emerging artist, I swore to myself, this will never happen again. It was humiliating. I just thought, what an ass I am. And at the Americana Awards in Nashville, we're at the Ryman, and I'm sitting there with Guy Clark and Lucinda Williams and whoever was there, and the same thing happened. They announced my name. I got all excited. I started walking towards the stage, and it was not me. So anyway, so that's why I skipped the Austin Music Awards this year. I couldn't live with myself if I had done that 9 times.
I can just see Guy Clark when you walk back, and he's like, "Yeah, first time here, huh, kid?"
Yeah, my rookiness was showing for sure.
Well, you're no rookie at songs. You want to play a couple?
Sure thing.
With Mike Meadows and Jeff Queen, Hayes Carll.
I saw you leaning on a memory with your back turned to the crowd in that little bar on Murphy where they play guitar too loud. There were people drinking whiskey and there were hearts about to leave. It was cold as hell for Houston. It was almost New Year's Eve. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I could not wait forever, babe. I hope you understand. Oh, tonight was feeling lucky, and so I asked you to dance. And the way you looked up at me made me think I had a chance. When I put my arms around you, I knew you weren't giving in. And I hope it will be different if I pass this way again. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I could not wait forever, babe. I hope you understand. Well, I walked the road to get here with a guitar in a case, and I'd have stopped in Pasadena if I'd have known about this place. But you looked like forever where the water meets the shore. I've been thinking about you, baby. I can't do that anymore. I saw you leaning on a memory with your back turned to the crowd in that little bar on Murphy where they play guitar too loud. There were people drinking whiskey and there were hearts about to leave. It was cold as hell for Houston. It was almost New Year's Eve. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I could not wait forever, babe. I hope you understand. Yeah, all the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I could not wait forever, babe. I hope you understand. Thank y'all. Thank you, everybody. Jay, can I grab a little more acoustic, please? Thank you. Well, I appreciate y'all being here and, tonight and everybody watching at home. And I'm really excited about our guests tonight, and we'll bring them up here shortly. But I've been playing music with them all day. We've been rehearsing. And So I'm really excited about the tour we're about to do. But this is, speaking of Guy Clark, this is a song that I had the privilege to write with him many years ago. And I don't know if I told this story before, but I met Guy at we played a small festival in Spring, Texas together. Or I say together, he was the headliner and I was like 18th. I played it before the sun came up. And but afterwards, we all got invited to a party where we could hang out, and it was J.T. Van Zandt and Kimmy Rhodes and Berlin Thompson and Joe Gracie and Guy, and we hung out a bit, and he sort of gravitated towards me all night, and I realized later it was because he was out of cigarettes and I had some, and he borrowed them from me, bummed them from me. But I parlayed that into a chance to get to write a song with him, and this is one that we did. It's called Rivertown. Whatever that is. Well, take me to Rivertown, where you can't tell night from day, and everything's forgiven that did not wash away. Where dreaming comes too easy, yeah, but living's twice as hard, and everything's buried beneath the water and the stars. And here I am from Corsica, wayward on the storm. I've been rolling empty sevens since the day that I was born. Got no rings upon my fingers, got no ink beneath my skin. I'd be as clean going out as I was coming in. And I'm gonna wash my sins in the Angelina River, and all that she could take from me was all that I could give her. Time will break you down, and time will make you whole. Well, I turned my back some time ago, and now I'm going home. Well, I wandered through the pine trees like an outlaw in the rain, and I rambled through big thicket with a pistol and my name. Run away, you restless angels, don't waste your love on me. Just lay me down in a river town, and home is where I'll be. And I'm gonna wash my sins in the Angelina River, and all that she could take from me was all that I could give her. Time will bring you down, and time will make you whole. I turned my back some time ago, and now I'm going home. Take me to a river town where you can't tell night from day, and everything's forgiven. Yeah, it did not wash away. Thanks, everybody. This is Jeff Queen on the pedal steel. And another gentleman who won an award at the Austin Music Awards, Drummer of the Year, Mr. Mike Meadows on the percussion over here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You seem pretty nonplussed by the whole thing.
Congratulations to you.
You went
as
to
well.
Well, thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. You went to.
I pulled your same move. Yeah, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where were you? Like Puerto Rico? Or
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Same.
Yeah.
Close. Linguistically, it was just a lot of O's and I's. Anyway, well, we should get together later and compare trophies.
Talk about.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, speaking of Waco, I just came back from Waco yesterday. I wasn't speaking of Waco. In my head, I was speaking of Waco.
Costa Rica, Waco.
I do. That's a real problem with me. And I was introducing Jeff, who's from Waco, Texas. And in my mind, I thought, I can tie this into the next story. But then I went over and talked to Mike about Puerto Rico. And then, you know. Anyway, Jeff is from Waco, Texas. Speaking of Waco, I just got back from Waco yesterday. I think I may have mentioned to y'all last month that my grandmother turned 102 years old. And well, I got to figure out a different way to set this up. She passed away last week, and so we went out to Waco where she spent most of her life, and had a funeral service, but it was really wonderful to get to catch up with so much of my family, and she was a wonderful woman, and to hear my cousins and other family members talk about what she meant to them was inspiring. She was a loving woman who gave her love unconditionally, and I will miss her. I will miss her. So I want to play this song here. It's just about family. Well, we'd all head to Waco for the birth of our Lord. My folks and my brother in an 82 Ford. We'd pull in the driveway filled up with cars, old aunts and old uncles. Lord, I see stars. And then we'd run to the kitchen, you know, kids and their games, play fetch with old Buster, and call each other names. Aunt Betty'd be singing while supper was cooking. We'd unwrap the gifts when no one was looking. And let's all gather around. Grandpa say the blessing. Aunt Jane, she fell asleep. Mary Kate burned the dressing. And we got all of our friends and family here. And I'm grateful for Christmas this year. This year we're in Houston. Let's all get together. Man, I almost saw snow. Can you believe this weather? Who's gonna be here? Uncle Frank can't make it. And since Papa died, I don't know if Nana can take it. This present's a sweater. And the pie don't taste right, and Dad and the TV are starting to fight. I wish I had a drink, or maybe a dozen. Lord, what I'd give for one good-looking cousin. And let's all gather around. Dad, you say the blessing. Aunt Jane, she fell asleep. Mary Kay, she burned the dressing. But we got all of our friends and family here. And I'm grateful for Christmas this year. Hey, Mom, how you doing? Yeah, I miss him too. Now the Christmas lights don't make your hair look blue. The cousins ain't coming. John's overseas, and my wife had somewhere she needed to be. But the ladies from the church said they might stop by. I brought you this picture. Mama, don't cry. Let's play cards and talk on the past. I know, Mom, it goes by too fast. And let's all gather around. I guess I'll say the blessing. Aunt Jane, she fell asleep. Mary Kay forgot the dressing. But we got all of our friends and family here. And I'm grateful for Christmas this year. Yeah, I'm grateful for Christmas this year. Thank you all. Well,
102 is real good.
it's a good run. Yeah.
Man, I tell you what.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Her name was Helen Logue. Helen Logue Carll. She married my grandfather, Lloyd Hayes Carll, the second. They were married for many, many years, and they were happy people. They were good together. Sometimes couples, you see people and you know that just works, and with them it just worked. And so, anyway, it was a good run.
When we first got together and had lunch and talked about the idea of doing this show once a month here from the Saxon Pub and putting it on Facebook and everything, I tried to express to you that song, just that line, yeah, I miss him too. It could be your grandmother, could be your brother.
Yeah.
Just right there. Would you agree? Yeah, there's always somebody in your life like that.
Well, yeah, that lyric's about my dad, and who's still alive. I killed him off in the song, but it's kind of a sore spot at holidays season for a while. Because I mention my mom in songs all the time, for better or for worse, but the only song I've ever mentioned my father, and I killed him in it.
The only right thing to do there, I think, is to give him a royalty cut, and then he's okay.
Yeah, I think he's all right. He's all right. Just don't get carried away here.
This show is called Enough Rope with Hayes Carll. We're here at the Saxon Pub, live all over the world, and hello world. There's a lot of people watching, which is really nice.
Hey, everybody.
And Mike, I'm sorry I forgot you on my list of awards, but Mike's going to be teaching people how to do that at the Old Settlers Music Festival in about a week and a half down at the Salt Lick Pavilion. So if you want to learn how to play several percussion instruments at the same time, Mike will teach you, or try.
But his rate has gone up in the last 2 weeks.
Can I tell you a story about Jeff
Queen?
during South by?
No.
Yeah. I went to, I got to be at the, oh, no. Okay, let's move on.
I thought you said, did you tell
No.
me? And I,
Well, let's move on then.
why, is it a good story? I don't want to cut off a good
It's
story.
pretty good.
Okay,
It's
well.
not great. Kind of C+ or so.
Well, I think we strive for greatness only here
Okay.
on Enough Rope. And
I'm number 4. You're number 1 times 6. So let's just move on.
we'll circle back around to
Yeah.
that one. So, well, yeah, so like I said, I spent the day rehearsing with the band, the Heathens. I may not have said that either, actually. That was another internal thought. But I spent the day rehearsing with the band of Heathens. because we're about to embark on a 7-city tour, starting on Friday in Atlanta, then to Nashville, Tennessee, and then Little Rock, St. Louis, Kansas City, Tulsa, and wrapping it up in Dallas. We're going to do that. And we've got some other shows. We've got 2 shows in Austin coming up. One is at the Nutty Brown sometime in May.
May 13th.
May 13th. And then I'm very happy to announce that I'll be playing Willie Nelson's 4th of July picnic here in Austin, Texas, which is really cool for me because I have never met Willie Nelson. I have been on the same label as Willie for a number of years. I recorded my first record at his studio, and I opened a show for him many years ago, but I've never gotten a chance to meet him. So I'm hoping that the 4th of July will be that time. So it'll be good to be back in town, and so y'all come out to that if you get a chance. And we got a lot of other shows coming up. You can check out the website for all the dates and whatnot.
He's a really nice guy, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah. One thing I got.
Well, I might trade you some of those awards for...
We've actually,
Oh, yeah.
it's fun. It's like, oh, please, Lord, don't let me drop it.
Yeah. I don't know. Even if I was... I've heard so many people say that's... You just got to be really careful in that situation.
Yeah.
I'm such a lightweight these days. I used to do that kind of stuff a lot, but I was, I shouldn't say this, but I was in Colorado recently, last week, and I was in Denver, and I got off stage after the show, and somebody handed me this wonderful like 10 box, like you would put cookies in, and it was wrapped up in a bow, and it had a card, and it was from a woman who called herself, I don't know what she called herself. The cookie lady? Something like that. But there was a grandma involved in there. There was like the grandma cookie lady. And then there was this list of instructions for what I was supposed to do or not do with these cookies. And it said don't eat more than half a cookie. And I thought, okay. And I had a show the next day, but it was 5 hours away. And I thought, well, certainly if I ate a quarter of a cookie early in the morning, by the time I got to the show, I would be fine, and I'd have a nice, entertaining drive through the mountains of Colorado. I was so wrong about that. I was so wrong. And it was maybe one of the worst musical experiences I've ever had. I thought I was so close to a panic attack. It was unbelievable. I peaked like 10 hours after I ate the quarter of the cookie. This woman's crazy. She's slipping this stuff to people. I'm a healthy adult male. I did half of her recommended dosage, and I nearly lost my mind. I almost retired. I was going to cancel everything.
And you're driving at 14,000 feet.
Yeah, well, I wasn't driving, but I was riding.
Even then. Even then.
Anyway, but I'm sorry, we got off topic there.
So are you going to do another Patreon song later on?
We are. So for those of y'all who don't know, I've been doing a monthly thing. I've been doing a deal called Patreon, where it's an ongoing fan patronage site, and folks and supporters contribute financially to help me make music on an ongoing basis. And so every month I go into the studio with a different producer and record a song, and then I release it. And right now the only people that have those songs are the people on Patreon. It's a very exclusive group. There's like about 200 of them, and so there's 3 songs out in the world that they're the only ones that have heard it. And so tonight we're going to release another one, and we'll play it here live first, and then we'll release the recording as soon as the show is over. So it's one that I wrote with Allison Moorer, and it's a duet, and she sang on it, and she also produced it. So I love the track, and I'm very excited about it. So if you're interested in hearing that, head on over to Patreon, and you can get new music. And like I said, there's only a few of them out there, people that are getting it. So
Sure would be cooler if she was here to sing it with you.
that would be so cool if she was.
But we have Ed and Gordy here.
We do.
Yeah, from
We
the
do.
Band of Heathens.
Yeah.
And as you said, the Band of Heathens are going to be your touring band on this run through the Southeast Conference. And
Yeah, they're gonna play at the shows and do their own show, and then they're also gonna back me up for my set. So I'm really excited about it. It's something we did a few years ago, and I'm really looking forward to getting back at it with them.
well, the Band of Heathens, one of the best Americana bands in America, have a great new album called Duende. And I was saying Duende on the radio, and a guy came up during South by before they were about to play, and he said, "It's not Duende, it's Duende."
There you go.
I said, okay, all right.
Yes.
But it's still a great record. So please welcome from the Band of Heathens, Ed and Gordy. Ed Jurdy, Gordy Quist.
Hey guys, come on in. Welcome.
All right.
Welcome. It's good to have y'all here. I feel like I just saw you guys.
It's been a long day together.
It has been a long day together. Y'all killed it though. We did a run about 3 years ago, and we hadn't played together since then, like with each other. And we had a rehearsal today, and I set aside 6 hours for it because I thought everything would have to be done 2 or 3 times, and a lot of the songs we didn't even get to the end because I said, "Oh, you got it, y'all." It was a lot of fun playing music with y'all today. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the tour, and it's great to have y'all here on Enough Rope. How are things?
Things are good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, real good. Real good. It was a good afternoon of playing music. We got got it flowing, you know, heading into the evening, ready to make some magic happen.
Yeah. Well, you just flew in this morning from Asheville.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's good. We're late in the evening for me now, but it's the time. It's the right time.
You started at 4. Well, how about we start off with some music here?
Sounds
Play a
good.
tune for us?
Yeah. This is a song from the new record, Duende. Thank you for that intro, Kevin. Duende. This one's called The Green Grass of California, and it's our ode to the farmers on the West Coast. Back in the 70s, token Panama red to the Pleiades, constellations falling from the sky. In came the newest kick, Sansamia for the Mexican brick. It never brings you down, it gets you high. Oh, the green, green grass of California. Pacific breeze so gentle and so kind. When your eyes are red, spinning in your head, remember it's only in your mind. Then came the strongest stuff. The single props couldn't haul enough to keep on Mendocino County time. Up and down the PCH, from the black sand beach to the redwood gate, they engineered a stronger strain of kind. Oh, the green, green grass of California, Pacific breeze so gentle and so kind. When your eyes are red, spinning in your head, remember it's only in your mind. We used to roll up another and another. Don't bogart, brother, you're not alone. a stash will cost you twice the cash, and half as much will lift you to a new time zone. Oh, the green, green grass of California, Pacific breeze so gentle and so kind. When your eyes are red, spinning in your bed, remember it's only in your mind. When your eyes are red, so heavy in your head, remember it's only in your mind. Remember it's only in your mind.
We were just talking about that kind of stuff right before y'all came on. Very cool. This record's incredible, and it seems to be doing really well. This is record number 5 for you guys?
Yeah, 5
Yeah.
studio records, yeah.
Yeah. So for those of the people that may not know, can you just give a quick recap of how the band of Heathens came together? I think it's an interesting, unique story. So if you could.
Yeah. I think the band of Heathens is kind of a little microcosm of a little music scene that was happening at a club called Momo's
Yeah.
10 or 12 years ago. And basically Ed and I and Brian Keane and Colin Brooks, some other songwriters, we were all playing on Wednesday nights. And we each had a band, and there were a lot of overlapping band members that were playing in all 4 different bands. And someone had the bright idea to combine forces, maybe save some money, paying the rhythm section. Let's make these 4 sets into one long set. And yeah, just kind of, it was fun. And we didn't really intend on taking it on the road or even taking it too seriously. One of the rules was no rehearsals. And so it was just kind of fly by the seat of your pants.
So I broke all the rules today by asking you guys to rehearse.
Well, yeah.
I broke my own rule. That's
Yeah.
the second time it's ever happened,
Yeah.
a rehearsal for me.
Yeah.
So.
You know, the band has evolved. We rehearse now occasionally.
Well, you guys are all top-notch musicians, and it was so much fun today just getting to watch the skill level. I was watching the keys and then the bass and the drums and the guitars, and I just couldn't decide where to look because everything that was happening was so cool. I was excited just being there. I put my guitar down. I've got all these songs that I start by myself. I don't even need this, so I just danced and let them.
You actually
took
did.
the mic.
You did the frontman thing, like,
Yeah,
for real.
it was
like,
a really lame Mick Jagger
it
for
was
about
nice.
30 seconds.
I think this week of shows is going to be fun. I look forward to seeing more of that, I hope.
Yeah, well, I continue to evolve. I've always been jealous of y'all's band name, the Band of Heathens. That just sounds so cool and wild and exciting. And my first band name was Carll and the Hayseeds. We had matching denim shirts. We actually did. Anyway, I'm going to get into that. But how did the name come about?
We didn't pick the name either. We called it the Good Time Supper Club, which is not all that exciting or dangerous. And at some point it showed up in the newspaper as the Heathens. And we don't know if that came from someone at Momo's or the booking agent, or there are a few people it could have been. We don't know for sure who it was, but they thought it would be a funny joke to start calling us the Heathens.
Yeah.
And it stuck. So.
Well, I dig it. It's served you well, it seems. When I first met you, Gordy, you were solo singer-songwriter many years ago. I think I met you at the Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe.
Yeah.
What would that have been, 2003,
Maybe?
somewhere around there?
Yeah.
And then I had no idea that you were this accomplished guitar player, rock and roller. You were sort of a folk singer at the time. And
Yeah, for me personally, I've kind of gone back and forth between, like, I've had a rock and roll band since I was in, like, middle school. And then in that phase of my life, I was kind of, like, sick and tired of the electric guitars, and I wanted to just get down into the song and started doing the folk singer thing.
you wanted to be deep and profound. And
That's right. I wanted to say something.
right.
But then when I met these guys in Austin, it was kind of undeniable, the fun we were having, and the music was fun. I was like, you kind of get to write great songs and try to write great songs, and then you have a great band to present them. It's fun.
Yeah. I was always jealous of that when I was starting out as a singer-songwriter, that idea of a band, like, it felt like a gang, a brotherhood. You know, you're going through all these experiences together, the highs and the lows. And I know there's a lot of upside to that, a lot of great things about that. There's also a lot of probably a downside as well. But I've always been a little bit envious, knowing looks exchanged up here. But I've always been a little bit envious of bands that kind of went through all the battles together and whatever success they achieved, they did it together. I think that forms a bond. Has that been the case?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is definitely one of the upsides of being in a band. There's always, other people to share the battle with. Kind of, you're in the trenches together, and I think some of that sort of shared responsibility, and also just having different perspectives, and the way things kind of come out in the wash, because everybody's sort of having to, it's kind of 80% of everybody, Mm-hmm. So it's kind of it's an interesting experiment always, I think at this point for us too, doing it for as long as we've done it, everybody's got a pretty healthy respect for each other, so we certainly don't always agree, but I think we always get to a point where everybody feels pretty good about, what we're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what shows? Well, you guys got another song for us?
Sure. I guess this one would be more apropos in our days of not rehearsing. This song was kind of inspired about my sort of tendency to put everything off to the last second. But since that wasn't such a romantic concept, I made the dude who was inspired by me to be cool. So. I'm not running to get nowhere, kicking back just as much as I can, coming in on a wing and a prayer. I'm your last minute man. I like to wait for time to move slowly, rolling easy, that's my game. It may take some time to get there, like a moth dancing around a flame. Don't expect to fence me in. I walk out my head in the clouds. The view is right and the rent is free. Now you know where I can be found. I'm not running to get nowhere, kicking back just as much as I can, coming in on a wing and the breath. I'm your last minute man. I'm your last minute man. I know you waited oh so long. I'll move slow, but I feel it strong. Your lips and hips until you can't stand. I'm your last minute man. I'm not running to get nowhere. Kicking back just as much as I can. Coming in on the wing and the prayer. I'm your last minute man. I'm your last minute man. I'm not running to get nowhere. Kicking back just as much as I can. Coming in on a wing and a prayer. I'm your last minute man. I'm not running to get nowhere. Kicking back just as much as I can. Coming in on a wing and a prayer. I'm your last minute man. I'm your last minute man. Oh, I'm your last minute man. Yes, I
Right. %40 of the band of Heathens and 100% of the Gulf Coast Orchestra, and
Speaking
it
of
worked out.
no rehearsals.
Yeah, that was
That's how it's done right there.
absolutely. I just kind of provide moral support in these situations. I just do this.
It's strong, man. It's strong.
Yeah,
Strong like bull.
yeah.
Hayes, there's more. There's a part in their show where they do 5-part harmony. The band of Heathens do 5-part harmony. Are you ready to make it 6?
I don't even know what that means. 5-part harmony.
Everybody's
Is that a
singing
thing?
along together in unison, and it sounds really good. You can do it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe on this tour. Maybe by Little Rock, we'll have it dialed in. And
So when you play Little Rock and Little Rock, do they just all go crazy?
the room explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. People pass out. It's like the Beatles.
So if you want this tour to really work, you need a song about Tulsa.
That's all. I mean, what I do these days is just I write songs with the city names, and then I just build my touring around that. So it's Beaumont and Little Rock and a lot of Houston right now, and that's the triangle. But you guys, I've known several guys in your crew, in your band and organization for a long time, and I've been impressed with the way that you guys do your business. I don't really like to talk business in the show, or I guess I never have before. But we don't need to. I guess what the sense that I'm saying is y'all have this DIY attitude. Y'all seem to keep things in house and have just made it on your own. And is that just out of necessity, for lack of opportunities, and like finding ways to do things yourself, or is that just an approach that y'all took to running a career and making music and just going out and finding? Either one of you want to take this? Kevin can answer for you if you prefer.
Well, I don't know. We were waiting for the big guy in the limo with the cigar to show up, but he didn't. So we proceeded without any caution.
Yeah.
It really did start out of necessity, and I think out of everyone had a little bit of experience just working through, releasing their own records and being your own booking agent and manager, and kind of learn enough about those things to see what you don't want to do, And we've been fortunate going since it started that we've had a great team, So it's sort of, I would be remiss to say like it's all DIY like we've done it ourselves. We have obviously you can relate. I know you've done a lot of that yourself too.
Yeah.
We have a great manager and great booking agent, great, all the people behind the scenes that people don't know about that kind of
get us to the show and get you in cool rooms and help you get your music to people and help us build a great fan base, which kind of makes all those practical things that make the art part of it possible.
One thing we've noticed through the years is that all of our friends that are on labels want off the labels, and all of our friends that aren't on labels want to be on the labels.
Right.
And so we realized you just kind of got to appreciate wherever you are and just do your thing. And
Yeah,
just
that's
keep
true.
making music,
Absolutely. The grass is always greener, and I agree with you. Just make the best of your situation, whatever it may be, and that's usually the way to go. Unless you're...
Well, and look what you're doing. This whole thing is like kind of a groundbreaking new... This is a new thing. It's
I'm a
pretty
revolutionary.
awesome.
Yeah.
You are.
It's yeah. Well, like you, I've had people really help me out and put this together, and I can't do it alone. I don't even know how to log on to Facebook, let alone stream a show from it. So yeah, Mike Crowley and Emma and Kevin and Jay and a lot of folks have helped make this what it is, and all the people that come out and watch online. So it's been really cool. Well, guys, it's been really cool having y'all here, and I'm incredibly excited about this next week and a half. And so one more time, we're going to be the band of Heathens, and Hayes Carll with the band of Heathens are going to be in Atlanta on Friday, Nashville on Saturday, and then I think St. Louis, Kansas City, Little Rock, Tulsa, and then the grand finale in Dallas. And I'm really looking forward to it. You guys up for one more song?
Can I put in one little plug for something that's going to happen when you all get home?
Sure.
Ed and Gordy have signed on with us. Earth Day officially is April 22nd. Sun Radio, we have a gig that day. So we're going to celebrate on April 23rd on Sunday at the Scoot Inn with the Hill Country Conservancy, a great organization, and Hannah from that organization is here in the front row tonight. So we're going to celebrate Earth Day at the Scoot Inn out under the oak trees. And Jonathan Tyler's coming down from Dallas. Guy Forsyth, Harvest Ease, bunch of great people, and we're glad that these guys are going to be able to join us. And, you know, these days especially, those of us who are concerned about our planet have to really step up. And musicians always step up. I always say this, when people need help, the first people they turn to are the musicians. And they're always like, what time do you want us to play, man? We'll be there. And we really appreciate it. So go to sunradio.com, check it out, and we're going to have a good time. And while I'm being sincere, the other thing I want to mention, I think sometimes people in Austin don't realize, as we see these artists grow up in our town, start bands or come up as solo artists, and we see them in little clubs. And Hayes, you've mentioned this before, that you used to play to maybe a dozen people in this very same room. These are some of the top artists in the country doing what they're doing. And we're so lucky to have them and so proud to have them being from Austin, Texas.
Thanks, Kevin.
And now I'll go back to being my caustic self.
Well, all we can do after that is play a tune.
Song,
Yeah.
huh? All right. She got rings on her fingers that shine like mercury. She never paints her nails, she like 'em yellow from a nicotine. You can keep your fashion mag. She like Tito's in a paper bag, falling off her hips, wishing you was in her jeans. She never talked too much, but you know just what she'd say. She got a space in her teeth where she hides her words away. She knows she looking good. She don't care if she's understood. She even talks dirty when she's on her knees to pray. Swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, she knows just what she needs. Knows just what she needs. She went looking for another man. She found me right where I stand. I love that sugar, I love my sugar queen. Yeah, people start talking
when she walking on down the street, dropping them jaws with every single one she meets. She likes to get her thrills on the edge of the windowsill. All the people gather around, she coming on home with me. Swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, she knows just what she needs.
She knows just what she needs.
She went looking for another man. She found me right where I stand. I love that sugar, I love my sugar queen. Said, don't you know I love that sugar, I love my sugar queen. Games, I got just what you need.
Knows just what she needs.
Looks so good in fur. You got to hear that pussycat purr. I love that sugar, I love my sugar queen. Swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, I got just what you need.
Knows just what she needs.
When looking for another man, she found me right where I stand. I love that sugar, I love my sugar queen. Don't you know I love that sugar, I love my sugar queen. So don't you know I love that sugar, I love my sugar queen.
Gordy Quist and Ed Jurdy from the band The Heathens. You want to? Can I get y'all to stick around and play one song with us? We can show off all that rehearsing we did today. All right. We'll do this. Here, I think the only time we played it was when Ray Wiley was our guest, and Ray and I had very different versions of it, and we both tried to do the other person's version. It was a bit of a train wreck, but so we'll try it now with two different bands. We're doing the that intro. Now I got a woman, she's wild as wrong. She likes to lay naked and be kissed upon. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and it lands like a bird on a telephone wire. Wine bottles scattered like last night's clothes, cigarettes, papers, and time and goes. She laughs for a minute about the shape I'm in. She
says you be the sinner, honey, I be the sin. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lay, a drunken poet's dream. Now I believe my harp has got a busted reed. All my lips are chapped and about to bleed. She tastes like pills and cheap cologne. And she tells me I don't ever have to drink alone. Now there's some money on the table and a pistol on the floor. A few paperback books of Louis L'Amour. She says, honey, don't you worry about Judgment Day. All these people going to heaven, they're just in our way. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lay, a drunken poet's dream. And all my life I laid around while the colors all turned blue. Well, I closed my eyes and finally found it brought me back to you. Now I got a woman, she's wild as wrong. She likes to lay naked and be gazed upon. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire. And it lands like a bird on a telephone wire. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lay, a drunken poet's dream. Guys, I'm really looking forward to the tour. Ed and Gordy, thanks so much for coming out. Appreciate it. One more time for the band Heathens. All right. Yeah.
Speaking of drunken poets, how did your annual get-together go?
Yeah, it was great. For those of y'all who don't know, we have a group called the Drunken Poets Society, another very top secret exclusive club. And we gather once a year and it used to be in Crystal Beach, Texas, and now it's in Port Aransas, Texas. Last 2 or 3 years, I think we've done it in Port Aransas. And everybody comes down, and there's a great venue down there. I have some buddies of mine from Beaumont, the Corvilles, who come up and feed everybody and do 2 shows, and then did a Q&A this year as well, and we all have lunch together and hang out. And Travis Linville, who was our first guest on Enough Rope, was also there and did 2 sets. And anyway, it's just it's a cool opportunity for me to get to hang out with folks who have supported me, and it's just it's a lot more relaxed than the typical gig. There's more flip-flops and Hawaiian shirts. So if that's your scene, that's the place.
Not all the showbiz tension we have here tonight.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's really cool. But if anybody's interested in that, you can check out. I don't know what you check out actually, but I think you have to be invited by a member, and it's very. No, I think you can find the info on my website.
It's kind of like Skull and Bones for Texans on the beach.
Yeah, and it was interesting. There was a lot of drinking. I was told that one person wrote a poem, and so yeah. Anyway, we're working to.
There once was a man from Nantucket. I think it started off. Yeah. So we have one more special guest coming up in a little bit.
We will. We will have a very special guest coming up shortly, and we'll do a song or two first, and then we'll see if she can join us. All right. We'll do our opening music here. This is a song I wrote with Daryl Scott. Hey, if you're nobody's business or your front page news, folk, rock, country, or Delta blues, tell your truth however you choose and do it all for the sake of the song. Yeah, hitchhiking, bus riding, rental cars, living rooms, coffee houses, rundown bars, 10,000 people all alone under the stars. It's all for the sake of the song. And there's the man who wrote your cheating heart. Now he's lying through his tooth, and he plays it on a stolen heart that's soaked in 100 proof. And there's the one who might be happy, but for the writer's curse, she lost the crowd's attention by the 42nd verse. Hey, it's a traveling salesman and the girl next door, from the empty room to the third encore. Less is less until more is more, and it's all for the sake of the song. And there's a young man on the marquee. Yeah, he's the son of some well-known, and his father bought the tour bus so he could strike out on his own. And there's the brooding contradiction. Yeah, he's holding Van Gogh's ear, and he's taped it to his guitar in the hopes someone will hear. It's black berets and duty suits, the next big thing, or getting back to your roots. High tops, flannels, or duct tape boots, and it's all for the sake of the song. And there's the mystic, there's the legend, it is the best that's ever been. And there's the voice of a generation who won't pass this way again. And there's record deals and train seals and puppets on a string. And we're all just trying to figure out what makes the cage bird sing. It's lights, camera, on with the show. Lifetime to get ready, now go, can't go. Where it all ends, nobody knows, but it's all for the sake of the song. So if you're nobody's business or your front page news, folk, rock, country, or Delta blues, tell your truth however you choose and do it all for the sake of the song. We're going to do one more, and then we have a very special guest to bring up. It's, you want to start us? And have it one more time for Jeff Queen and Mike Meadows. That was... That was very cool playing with the Heathens. I'm always amazed y'all can do that. I'm amazed you can play with me. And thank you guys. Let's do this tune. It's called Hard Out Here. After all these years of running around, all this flying high and falling down, I gotta get back to the way I was. I'm gonna turn it round, darling, just because everybody's talking about the shape I'm in. They said, boy, you ain't a poet, just a drunk with a pen, over and over, again and again. Lord, they don't know about the places I've been. It gets hard out here. I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. The game was right, but the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear. It gets hard out here. Well, you know, I guess there must be something I'm missing. My mama told me I should have gone into easy listening. I joined up with a band because I thought it was cool. Lord, I guess I should have just gone back to school. And oh, pretty darling, it's gonna be okay. You know, one of these days I'm gonna take you away. She said, oh, sweet daddy, you're probably right. I think we might get lucky, but it won't be tonight. It gets hard out here. I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. The game was right, but the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear. It gets hard out here. I know it don't seem it. I said I'd try, but I never did mean it. And nobody's listening, so we might as well scream it. Oh God, we're all out of fear. It gets hard out here. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Well, listen, we were talking about the Patreon stuff earlier, and we've got a song that we're going to release in about 15 minutes. And I told you it was a song that co-wrote with Allison Moorer, and that she sang on it and produced it. And I'm very, very happy for many reasons that she is here tonight. And Allison, would you do us the honor and come sing a song with us? Miss Allison Moorer, everybody.
Hey. He didn't warn me about this, and he knows I've been sick. I don't know what's going on. I just flew in, and so.
She was on the plane before I told her that I wanted to do this, but and it's also the first time we've ever played it. Aside from the recording studio, I think. But
yeah.
So this is the debut of this song here, and
you don't play.
And you guys don't. What do you mean I don't play? I have a lick that I do.
No, I mean you don't mess around if you're, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I don't mess around. Ask anybody, they'll tell you. Hayes Carll don't mess around.
I'm so insulting him, right? You don't play.
It's like, wow, I've been on stage 2 minutes and you're putting down my...
Damn, how harsh. I mean, it can be, but that's not what I meant.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, no, we're going for it. This is all out here. So,
Hey.
And the guys have never played it. Guys...
There's no pressure at all. There's only 40,000 people watching on Facebook right now.
40,000 people. That's like Rhode Island. Oh,
No, I'm sorry. 4. I said 4.
4 beers.
So no pressure. No pressure.
All right.
Yeah, 4.
Well, okay. Well, let's give it a shot here. I think we had a rehearsal earlier. I said it's in D, and then the rehearsal was over, and give it a try here.
Yeah, but you thought it was C before.
I thought it was C. I'm glad we had that rehearsal.
Yeah.
All right.
Here you are again, standing at my door. The world outside has left you weary, broken down and sore. You don't have to say a word, just come on in. You've been somewhere out there chasing down the wind.
I've got empty arms and dust upon my boots, and every road I've wandered always brought me back to you. And I wish that I had some place to begin. I've been somewhere out there chasing down the wind.
It's alright if you just need a place to run. It's alright if I won't ever be the one. I ain't making no suggestions. I won't ask you any questions I don't wanna know the answer to.
Is it alright if I just need a place to hide? Is it alright if it's just a little while? I ain't making no suggestions. Don't ask me any questions you don't wanna know the answers to.
Lay your worries down and spend the night with me. I know tomorrow's just a promise that you don't know how to keep.
And when you wake up, baby, I'll be gone again. I'll be somewhere out there chasing down the wind. I'll be somewhere out there chasing down the wind. All right, there it is. We did it. We pulled it off.
Is that it? You're done with me now? Are you done with me?
No, I'm not. I'm not done with you. We've got 7 minutes left, and I'd like to take full advantage of having you as a guest here, if that's all right. But that's the new song. Allison produced it, and then we'll do another song here that we co-wrote. And this is one. It was very cool to find out Kenny Chesney recorded this song. And
I talked to Kenny the other day. He, anyway. He might come on Saturday.
he's gonna come to the show.
Maybe.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
I'm gonna call him.
Okay. Well, we've just announced it to the whole world now, so it's
He has to come now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well played, Miss Moorer. Well played.
You know, you think I'm a novice.
Well, we'll do a song here that you and I wrote with Matresa Berg, and another amazing songwriter. And this is about a bar here in Austin, and as many of y'all are probably familiar with. It's called La La's, and it's called Jesus and Elvis. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. Lola built this joint in '67, and a boy went off to fight on Christmas Eve. In a war nobody won, she lost her only son. Now everything he loved is what you see. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. Lola told him that Jesus loves a sinner, and his daddy told him the music saved his soul. Between the drunkards and the band, it's a fitting promised land for the King of Kings and the King of rock and roll. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. So if you need a shot of whiskey or redemption, where the Delta meets the Sea of Galilee, and get washed in the blood of the Mississippi mud, come all you non-believers and you'll see Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and the string of Christmas lights. By and by, Lord, by and by, by and by, Lord, by and by. All right. Well, on the show we try and do mix it up, not just our own songs, but throw in some covers. And I just asked Allison which cover we should do, and she suggested this one and not the other one because I don't know the words to the other one, I think. And she's right. He's right, and so we'll do this here. I've been throwing horseshoes over my left shoulder. Seems I spent all my life searching for that four-leaf clover.
Yet you ran with me, chasing my rainbows. Honey, I love you too, and that's the way love goes. That's the way love goes, babe.
That's the music God made for all the world to see. It's never old, it grows. Losing makes me sorry. You say, honey, don't worry. Honey, I love you too. And that's the way
love goes.
That's the way love goes, babe. That's the music God made for all the world to see. It's never old, it grows. Losing makes me sorry. You say, honey, don't worry. And honey, I love you too. And that's the way
love goes.
Allison Moorer, Jeff Queen, Mike Meadows, Gordy Quist, Ed Jurdy, Kevin Connor. Thanks to everybody for coming out. Thanks to everybody who helped put the show together. Mike Crowley and Emma and Jay, Brian Coggin. And thanks to everybody watching at home. This is episode 4 of Enough Rope. We hope you had a good time. We'll be back next month. Thank y'all for listening. Check out patreon.com to hear the new songs. And we'll see y'all out on the road. Thank y'all.